Very good morning and Jai Hind students. I am Adesh with my subject accountancy. Student, before this lecture, we completed chapter number 13, that is trial balance, all concept and all topic and different type of transactions already we have covered on in that chapter. So if you have query related to that chapter, you can ask. Now, students, today we have started chapter number 10, that is a special purpose book first. Special purpose book first, that is cash book. In this chapter we will learn the different type of subsidiaries book. Subsidiary books, what are these books, what is the purpose to prepare these books, and how they help in our business to record transactions in these special books. So students, so first of all we need to learn the meaning of primary book in this chapter. So student, we can say whenever more transactions are there in the business, so it is difficult to record all the transaction at a same place. That's why those transactions are subdivided according to the books. For example, if we have to sell goods on credit, so for that we prepare another book, that is sales book. And if we purchasing goods on credit, so then we prepare the purchase book. And whatever the transactions are there in cash, so those transactions we record in a particular book, that is cash book. So after division all these transactions, so accountant get help to record transactions in a special book properly, and the work of accountant is done on time and efficiently, because the work is divided. If the work is divided, so simultaneously all books are prepared at a same time, and the work is also easy for the accountant. So students, the purpose is that for preparing the subsidiary books or the special purpose books, to divide the work and transactions are recorded, and different transactions are recorded in the business, those transactions are divided according to the books. Okay, so student, now the thing is, whenever we are preparing the subsidiary book, so in these subsidiary book whatever the transactions we record, so those transactions or those entries are called the primary entry. Okay, so student, now first we are starting with the primary entry. What are these primary entry and how they are recorded into the particular or special purpose book. Okay, so student, now the meaning of primary entry, so it is, so it is convenient it is convenient to maintain a separate book for each type for each type of transactions. Up to this, it is convenient to maintain a separate book for each type of transaction. How? Students, if we record all the transaction at a same place, so this is create confusion to classify, to summarize, to analyze the particular transaction or accounts. So that's why it is more easy for the accountant if they are recording transaction in a particular book. So then it is convenient and it is easy for the accountant to record particular transaction in a particular books. So that's why it is convenient to maintain a separate book for each type of transactions. ये convenient होता है अकाउंटेंट के लिए अगर हम पर्टिकुलर ट्रांजेक्शन एक पर्टिकुलर बुक्स के अंदर रिकॉर्ड करते हैं, कंपैरिजन टू रिकॉर्ड ऑल द ट्रांजेक्शन एट ए सेम प्लेस. नाउ transactions 1 to record cash transaction, 1 to record cash transactions, another to record credit purchase of goods. How it is convenient? 1 to record cash transaction. If there is cash transactions are there, so those cash transactions is recorded into the cash book. And another to record credit purchase of goods. If there is goods are purchased on credit, so for that we prepare the purchase book. And yet another to record credit sale of goods. And if there is goods are sold on credit, so for that we prepare the sales book. So student, according to the 3 transaction we prepare 3 books. So it is convenient for the accountant, they can record their transactions in a separate book. So no confusion is there when we recording all transactions. So now book of this type is called a book of original entry. Or we can say it is a primary entry. Student, it is clear? If the transactions are recorded in a separate book and if some transactions are cash and some transactions are related to the purchase goods on credit and some transactions are related to the sales goods on credit, so then we prepare the separate book, and in those books whatever the transaction we are recording, so those transactions are called the primary entry or the books of original entry. So student, first thing is this, what are these transactions and what are the primary entry. So it is convenient maintain separate book for each type of transaction. One is to record cash transaction, second is credit purchase of goods, next one is another record of credit sales of goods, and books of this type is called the original entry or primary entry. So student, so these are the primary entry. So now student, in which book these primary entry are recorded, so these books are called the special purpose books or special journals or subsidiary book. So now these books of original or primary entry are also called special purpose books or special journals or subsidiary books. So now students, have you learned what are the subsidiary books or what are the special purpose books? So in which books we record the primary entry are called the special purpose books. Okay, the books, these books in which primary entry and original entry are recorded, so that's why these are called the special purpose books, special journals or subsidiary books. So now students, we have need to learn the classifications of subsidiary books. Okay, so how can we identify according to the transactions? So these books will be the subsidiary book. So student, different type of books are prepared. So what are these books are comes under the subsidiary book? So student, there is classification, classification of subsidiary books or subdivision of journal. Basically the journal are subdivided according to the transaction. If those transactions are in cash, so then those transactions are recorded into the cash book. If there is credit purchase, so then it is recorded into the purchase book. And if goods are sold on credit, so then we have need to prepare the sales book. So student, now what are the following subsidiary books and what are the subsidiaries books are there? So now first one is cash book. First book, that is cash book. So basically what the things are recorded into the cash book? Student, to record the receipt and payment of cash. Okay, basically the cash book, those transactions are recorded which are there into the business in receipts and payments are in cash. So to records receipts and payments of cash. Students, Some transactions are done in business with the bank account. So in this we includes or including receipts into and payments from the bank also. Okay, transaction which are recorded in cash, and if there is receipt or payments in cash only, so those transactions are recorded, as well as the transactions if we received into bank or payments from bank, those transactions are also recorded into cash book. Now the second book, that is purchases book. What the transactions are recorded into the purchase book, students, those transactions which are on credit, means when the goods are purchased on credit. If the goods are purchased on credit, so then that will record into purchase book. Why only the credit transactions are recorded into the purchase book? Because if we are purchasing goods on cash or with cash, so then that transaction will comes into the cash book, because there was goods purchased on cash, and if there is payment in cash, that will record in cash book. Okay, so then the cash purchase goods will not record in the purchase book. Student, now according to the purchases books, to record credit purchases of goods, if there is goods are purchased on credit, so then they will record into the purchase book. Student, next one, that is third, sales book. Similarly, student, if the transactions are related to sales and those sales are done on credit, okay, so sold goods on credit will also record into the sales book, and if the goods are sold on cash, so then it will goes to cash book. So similarly, to record credit sales of goods, if the goods are sold on credit or sales of goods on credit, so then those transactions only will record into the sales book. Okay, so now next book, that is purchases return book. What the transactions are recorded on purchases return book, student, sometimes goods are purchased on credit and sometimes goods are purchased on cash also. Okay, both the type of goods can be purchased. but only those transactions are recorded into the purchase return book which the where the goods was purchased on credit only. Are you getting my point? Only those transactions we record into the purchase return book where the goods was purchased on credit only. If the goods was purchased on cash, so those transaction and the goods is returned, goods are purchased on cash and those goods are returning to the supplier, so then that transaction will not record into your purchases return books. You have to remember, if only the credit purchases was there and those goods now we are returning to the supplier, only those transactions we will record into the purchase return book. Okay, so to record the return of goods previously purchased on क्रेडिट, जो हमने कभी पहले उधार में गुड्स खरीदे थे अब उन्हीं गुड्स को हम वापस कर रहे हैं. सो देन these goods or related to these goods the transaction will record into the purchases return books. Now students, next book is, that is fifth book, sales return book. Now the sales return book, similarly, if in the purchase return book only those transactions we record which was we recorded into the purchase book, or we can say the goods are purchased on credit and when those goods are returned to the suppliers, only those books we record into the purchase return book. Now it is related to sales book, when we sold the goods on credit to the customer and then those customers return those goods to us, so then only those transactions we will record into the sales return book. To record the return of credit sales made by customers. Okay, when the credit sales was there to the customer and those customers now returning those goods to us, so then only those transactions we will record. Next and the last type of book is that is journal proper. Journal proper. Students, basically above 5 types of books we learned: cash book, purchase books, sales book, purchase return book, sales return books. There are 5 types of books we already learned and their specific situations are there to record the transaction in these specified books. Now student, this is a journal proper book. We can say which transaction is not comes under any of these 5 books, so then that journal will transfer to the journal proper. Are you getting my point? If any transactions is not comes under any of the above 5 books, so then the transaction is transferred to the journal proper. If there is any cash transactions are there, it will record into the cash book. Credit purchase, then it will record into the purchase books. Credit sale, sales book, the transaction will record into the sales book. And if there is goods are returned by the suppliers which was purchased on credit, so then it will record in the purchase return book. And if the customer purchase goods from us on credit, so now they are returning goods to us, so then it will record into the sales return book, and rest of the journal entries or the primary entry will record into the journal proper. One example I have related to this. If we purchase building or any assets on credit, if we purchase building on cash, so that will be a cash transaction, it will comes under the cash book. But if we purchasing building on credit, building is assets, it's not good, so that's why it will not comes under the purchase book and purchase return book, sales book or sales return book. So now building purchase on credit, so that transaction will comes under the journal proper. This is the best example for this one. So student, the specification of journal proper is to record the transactions which cannot be recorded in any of the above books. That will be comes under the journal proper. I am writing one example for this. For example, building or any assets, building or any assets purchased on credit. Okay, so these things we have to remember, students. We covered two things today. First one is the meaning of primary entry and what are the special purpose books, and next then is subsidiary books and what are the subsidiary books. So basically student, we learned the 6 type of subsidiary book. First one is cash book, the receipt and payments in cash or receipts or payment from bank or into bank. Next one is purchases books, credit purchases of goods only we will record into purchase book, and credit sales of goods only we record into the sales book. Purchases return books, the purchases on credit, now they are returning of those goods, that will be recorded into the purchase return book. And sales return book, credit sales made by customer and now they are returning. So next one is journal proper, recorded the transaction which cannot record in any of the above books, so that will comes under the journal proper. I have taken one example building or any assets purchased on credit. Okay, so student, thank you for today, and tomorrow we will learn the advantages of subsidiary book, and then we will go through the cash book. Okay, so thank you student for today. Thank you, and prepare your notes and complete your fair notebook up to the chapter number 13, up to the chapter number 9, and then chapter number 13. Okay, so thank you for today students.